Hello, I'm Marvin Fant for the weekly 411. This segment, we're going to be talking about voting with your convictions. And no, I'm not talking about voting for the person who looks the prettiest, or for the person who looks the handsomest, or for the person who says the right things, who can speak very well, or the person who is white, or the person who is black, or the person who is liberal, or the person who is conservative. And no, I'm not talking about the person who's Republican or the person who is Democrat. But what I am talking about is voting the proper way, voting the right way. And what I want to go into is, what is convictions? I'll put it that way. What is convictions? Well, convictions is your beliefs. Yes, what you believe in, what you go by, what makes you tick. That's what your convictions are. And if you're for homosexuality or against homosexuality, what you should do is find that person who fits your belief system as close as possible. If it's about abortion, again, you pick somebody who has the same beliefs as you do, if you're for it or against it. Corporal punishment. If you like to spank your child and you don't want anybody giving you grief about it, then you vote for that person who feels the same way you do. Now, if you're against it, then fine. You, again, vote for that person who's against it. Capital punishment. Somebody commits a crime, a heinous crime, murder. You want to see that person get the injection or fried, depending on whatever state you're in. Again, vote for that person who has the same beliefs that you do. If you don't, if you're against it, same thing. If you're a person that goes to church, be it a Christian or Muslim, again, especially for a Muslim, it may be a little hard you may be a little hard pressed to find someone, but again, if you do, that's who you should go with. An atheist, even more hard pressed to find if you are an atheist and you want to vote someone who believes the same way you do. Again, if you do find that person, by all means vote for them. If you're not an atheist, then don't vote for a person who is not God willing or God fulfilling. But the biggest thing of all, don't go by promises. Promises will get your heart broken. Promises will get you disappointment. And most of all, politicians who make these big promises and those that really want to put those promises into play, a lot of times when they get into the situation of where they want to be, sometimes they really can't get those promises through because why? There are other roadblocks before them. There are other people, so to speak, or people in their same party who will come against them, depending on what the situation may be. So that's why myself, I don't go by what somebody can promise, because a lot of times they can't fulfill it anyway. And basically they're going to say, whether how good they are, or whether how bad they are, they're going to say those things to get your vote, because the main thing is they got to get in office first. So they're going to basically say, and this is all of them, they're going to basically say what you want them to want them to say. But deep down, you got to go by and bypassing that part, because it seems like that's part of a congressman's DNA. But most of all, you got to go by that person's character, the character that you're looking for, the character that best exemplifies you. And I'm not saying they're going to hit all these points of interest for you, but overall, if they can hit the majority of those points, then good, then that's the person you vote for. But please don't go by somebody's promise, because promises will get you disappointment. Say, if a law is passed and you don't like that law and you didn't vote, you only have yourself to blame. I'll say it again. If a law is passed or some sort of ordinance is made and you had an opportunity to vote and you didn't, you only have yourself to blame. Yeah, I said it.